When my sister accused me of abusing her children in my own house, I didn't scream. I opened my laptop. What she forgot, what they all forgot, was that I build security systems for a living, and I record everything. My name is Heather Monroe, and I'm 33 years old. Most people who meet me think I'm boring. I work from home. I live alone, and I like it that way. I'm the kind of person who color codes their calendar and meal preps on Sundays. My idea of a wild Friday night is debugging code with a glass of wine and my cat, Pixel, purring on my lap. I wasn't always this way. Growing up as the youngest of 3 kids in a chaotic household in suburban Ohio taught me the value of peace and quiet. My older brother Marcus joined the military straight out of high school, desperate to escape. My sister Lana, 5 years older than me, stayed local, had 2 kids by 25, and divorced her deadbeat husband by 28. And me? I studied computer science, landed a remote job with a smart home startup, and moved to Montana the day after graduation. My lakeside house outside Whitefish is my sanctuary. It's not huge, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, but it's mine. Every penny of the down payment came from my own savings. Every mortgage payment, every improvement, every piece of furniture, mine. The best part? It's 2,000 miles from my family. I know how that sounds. Cold, selfish. That's what my mother calls me during our monthly phone calls. You never visit. Heather, your nephews barely know you. Family should stick together. But here's what she doesn't understand. Some families are like quicksand. The more you struggle to help, the deeper you sink. I learned that lesson early, watching Lana cycle through boyfriends, jobs, and crises while our parents bailed her out every single time. By the time I left for college, I'd already decided I wouldn't be anybody's safety net. The irony is that I love my nephews. Ethan, 10, is quiet and bookish like me. Ryan, 7, is a ball of pure chaos. During my rare visits home, I'm the aunt who brings the cool tech toys and actually listens when Ethan talks about his favorite video games. But I'm careful to maintain boundaries. A weekend visit here, a birthday card there, close enough to care, far enough to protect myself. My house reflects my need for control. Everything has its place. My home office, a converted bedroom with a view of the lake, houses my real babies, 3 monitors, a custom-built PC, and shelves lined with prototype devices from work. I'm a systems architect for Secure Nest, a company that develops integrated smart home security. My specialty is residential surveillance, cameras, motion sensors, audio systems that can distinguish between a breaking window and a slamming door. The beauty of working for a tech startup is the perks. My entire house is a testing ground for our latest products. Discrete cameras in every room, motion logs that track movement patterns, audio sensors that activate based on volume thresholds. Everything feeds into a central server in my basement, encrypted and backed up to the cloud. My colleagues joke that my house is more secure than Fort Knox. They're not wrong. It's a Tuesday morning in October, when my carefully ordered life begins to unravel. I'm in the middle of a code review when my phone buzzes. Lana's name on the screen makes my stomach tighten. She only calls when she needs something. "Hey, sis!" Her voice is artificially bright. "How's Montana treating you?" "Fine." I minimize my code window, already calculating how much this call is going to cost me. "What's up?" "Can't I just call to chat with my baby sister?" "You can, but you don't." She laughs, but it sounds forced. "Okay, you got me. Listen, I have a tiny favor to ask. The boys and I need to get out of town for a bit. Just a long weekend. I was thinking we could come visit you?" I glance at my calendar. It's Tuesday. A long weekend would mean Friday through Monday. 4 days. I can handle 4 days. "What happened?" I ask, because something always happens with Lana. Nothing dramatic. My landlord's being a jerk about the rent being a few days late. I just need some space to think. And the boys are dying to see their Aunt Heather. The smart part of my brain, the part that's kept me safe all these years, screams no. But the image of Ethan and Ryan flashes in my mind. They didn't choose their mother. "Friday through Monday?" I confirm. Yes. Oh, Heather, you're the best. The boys will be so excited. Text me your arrival time. And Lana? This is just a weekend visit. I have to work on Monday. Of course, just a mini vacation. You won't even know we're there. I hang up and stare at my monitors. 4 days. I can maintain boundaries for 4 days. I spend Wednesday and Thursday preparing. The guest room gets fresh sheets. I convert my rarely used second bedroom into a space for the boys, complete with 2 air mattresses and a selection of age-appropriate video games. I stock the fridge with kid-friendly food, something I never have on hand. Chicken nuggets, juice boxes, string cheese. My quiet, organized space transforms into something almost family-friendly. Thursday night, I review the house rules in my head. No toys in my office, bedtime at 9, no shoes on the carpet, reasonable boundaries that any decent guest would respect. Friday arrives gray and drizzling. I've rearranged my work schedule, front-loading my week so I can spend time with the boys. At 2 in the afternoon, I hear vehicles crunching up my gravel driveway. Vehicles, plural. I step onto my porch and freeze. Lana's beat-up Honda Civic is there. Sure, but behind it is a U-Haul truck. Surprise! Lana bounds out of the car like she hasn't just shattered my entire world. Boys, go hug your aunt. Ethan and Ryan tumble out, all gangly limbs and excited chatter. I accept their hugs on autopilot, my eyes fixed on that truck. Lana, my voice is deadly calm. What is that? Oh, the truck? Yeah, about that. She's not meeting my eyes. Tiny change of plans. That landlord issue? He actually evicted us. Illegally. My lawyer says we have a case, but it'll take a few weeks to sort out. A few weeks? Maybe a month? 2 tops? She's unloading boxes from her car like this is normal, like she hasn't just ambushed me. Don't worry, we'll be super low maintenance. You'll barely know we're here. Boys, start bringing your stuff inside. Lana, stop. I block the doorway. You can't just move in without asking. Her face transforms, the fake cheer melting into something harder. Are you seriously going to make us sleep in the car? In front of your nephews? Ethan and Ryan have stopped moving, watching us with wide eyes. Ryan's lower lip trembles. You told me a weekend, I say quietly. Plans change, Heather. That's life. Not all of us have perfect little bubbles to hide in. She pushes past me with a box. Besides, Mom already knows we're staying with you for a while. She's so relieved you're finally stepping up. My phone rings. Mom. I step away to answer, already knowing how this conversation will go. Heather, honey, I'm so proud of you for taking in your sister. I knew you'd come through when family really needed you. Mom, she said it was a weekend visit. Don't be selfish. Heather, you have that big house all to yourself. Your sister is struggling. Those boys need stability. A few weeks won't kill you. She said 2 months. Even better. Maybe this will be good for you. Living alone all the time isn't healthy. Family should take care of family. I look through my window at Lana directing the boys to carry boxes inside. My quiet sanctuary is already disappearing. I have to work. Mom, I can't just... You work from home. It's perfect. Lana can help with cooking and cleaning while she job hunts. It'll be like having live-in help. I want to scream that Lana has never helped with anything in her life, but Ryan appears in the doorway, dragging a garbage bag of toys. Aunt Heather, where should I put my dinosaurs? Second bedroom, I hear myself say. Be careful on the stairs. You're doing the right thing, Mom says. I'll call you later to see how everyone's settling in. She hangs up before I can protest further. By evening, my house is unrecognizable. Boxes crowd the hallways. Toys spread across my living room like a plastic invasion. The boys' excitement has devolved into overtired whining. Lana sprawls on my couch, scrolling through her phone while I make dinner for 4 instead of 1. This is nice, she says, not looking up. Like a real family dinner. I serve spaghetti, the only thing I could make with my limited kid food supplies, and watch my sister pour her 3rd glass of my wine. So what's the plan? I ask once the boys are distracted by their food. For finding a new place? Oh, I've got some leads. My friend Cheryl thinks her complex might have an opening next month, and I'm starting a new job on Monday, so money won't be an issue. What job? Receptionist at a dental office. The hours are perfect, 8 to 5, so I can drop the boys at school and pick them up after. Something loosens in my chest. Maybe this won't be a complete disaster. That's great. What about before and after school care until then? She waves her hand dismissively. I figured you could help out. Your schedule's flexible, right? It's just for a week or two until I get the routine down. Lana, I start work at 7. I can't. 7? Who starts work at 7? People who work with teams on the East Coast. Can't you just adjust? I mean, you're at home anyway. I take a deep breath. We'll figure something out. But Lana, I need you to understand that this is temporary, and I need to be able to work without interruption. Of course, I totally get it. We'll be like ghosts. You won't even know we're here. Ryan chooses that moment to knock over his milk, sending a red tide of spaghetti sauce across my white tablecloth. Lana doesn't move. Oops, Ryan giggles. Aunt Heather, I made a mess. I stand to get paper towels, catching sight of myself in the hallway mirror. I look tired already, and it's only been 5 hours. That first weekend passes in a blur of chaos. The boys explore every inch of my property, tracking mud through the house and leaving handprints on every surface. Lana sleeps until noon both days, leaving me to handle breakfast and entertainment. When I try to establish some ground rules, no food outside the kitchen, quiet hours during my work time, everyone cleans up their own messes. She rolls her eyes. God, Heather, they're kids. Lighten up a little. Sunday night, I lock myself in my office to prepare for Monday. My code reviews are behind schedule, and I have an early morning stand-up with the development team. I'm setting my alarm when Lana knocks. Hey, so tiny problem. That job I mentioned? They need me to start at 7:30 tomorrow for training. Can you handle the boys' morning routine, just this once? Lana, I have a meeting at 7. Can't you reschedule? This is really important. My job is important too. She sighs dramatically. Fine, I guess I'll just call and tell them I can't start after all. We'll just have to stay here longer while I find something else. The manipulation is so transparent, it's almost impressive. I close my eyes, calculating. One morning, I can move my meeting to 7:30, work with the boys in the background. Just tomorrow? I confirm. Just tomorrow. I promise. You're the best. Heather, the boys are lucky to have an aunt like you. Monday morning arrives like a slap. My alarm goes off at 6, but I'm already awake, having spent the night listening to Ryan cough and Lana stumble to the bathroom at 3 a.m. I shower quickly, dress in my usual work-from-home uniform of leggings and a decent top, and head downstairs to find Lana already gone. A note on the counter reads, Had to leave early? Oops, boys need to be at school by 8:15. Thanks, sis. I check the time. 6:45. My rescheduled meeting is in 45 minutes. The boys are still asleep. I don't even know where their school is. I find Ethan first, gently shaking him awake. Hey, buddy. Time for school. He blinks at me, confused. Where's Mom? She had to go to work. I'm taking you today. But you don't know where our school is. Then you'll have to navigate. Somehow, I managed to get both boys dressed, fed, and in my car by 7:50. My meeting starts while I'm driving, my laptop balanced precariously on the passenger seat, Bluetooth earpiece in place. I mute myself every time the boys speak, which is constantly. Heather, did we lose you? My project manager's voice cuts through Ryan's detailed description of his favorite cartoon. I'm here. Sorry. Connection issue. I unmute long enough to agree to a deadline I'm not sure I can meet, then mute again as we pull into the school parking lot. Aunt Heather, you forgot our lunches, Ethan says quietly. My stomach drops. Your mom didn't pack them last night? He shakes his head. I check the time. 8:10. I'm supposed to be presenting my code review in 20 minutes. Instead, I'm digging through my wallet for lunch money I'm not sure I have. Here, I thrust 2 20s at Ethan. Buy lunch today. I'll pack them tomorrow. You will? We'll figure it out. Go. You're going to be late." I watch them run into the building, then speed home, joining my meeting just as my turn comes up. I present my findings while still in my driveway. Professional voice steady even as my hands shake with frustration. The day only gets worse. I'm in the middle of debugging a critical issue when my phone rings. The school. "Ms. Monroe? This is the attendance office at Mountain View Elementary. Ethan and Ryan's emergency contact form lists you as the primary contact." Yes? I don't remember agreeing to that. "Ryan's not feeling well. He needs to be picked up." "Can't you call their mother?" "We tried. Her phone goes straight to voicemail. Can you come get him?" I save my work, message my team that I have a family emergency, and drive back to the school. Ryan is pale and coughing in the nurse's office. The nurse hands me a form to sign, and I notice Lana has indeed listed me as the primary contact. Her information is there too, but crossed out and rewritten multiple times. "When did she update this?" I ask. "This morning. Actually, she seemed in quite a hurry." I sign Ryan out, wondering when Lana planned this particular manipulation. The rest of the week follows the same pattern. Lana leaves earlier each morning, comes home later each evening. The promised help with cooking and cleaning never materializes. Instead, I find myself managing school runs, homework, meals, and bedtime routines while trying to maintain my full-time job. "I'm so exhausted from work," Lana says Thursday night, sprawled on the couch while I cook dinner. "Being on your feet all day is killer. Thank God tomorrow's Friday." "About that," I say, stirring pasta sauce with one hand and reviewing pull requests on my phone with the other. "We need to discuss next week. I can't keep doing morning drop-offs." "Oh, didn't I tell you? I'm switching to the early shift permanently. Better pay. But don't worry. I found an after-school program for the boys. They can stay until 6. "And mornings?" She shrugs. "I figured we'd keep doing what we're doing. It's working great." "It's not working for me, Lana. I'm falling behind at work." "God, you're so dramatic. It's just dropping them at school. 20 minutes, tops." "It's not just 20 minutes, it's getting them up, fed, dressed, making lunches." "Then don't make lunches. See how easy that is? You overcomplicate everything." I abandon dinner to face her fully. "Lana, you said this was temporary. It's been a week, and you're making permanent arrangements. When are you actually planning to move out?" Her face hardens. "When I have enough saved for a deposit, which would be faster if I didn't have to pay for after-school care. By the way, I thought family helped family." "I am helping. You're living here for free." Wow. Just wow. She stands, wine glass in hand. I had no idea my presence was such a burden. Sorry for existing. Heather, sorry my life isn't as perfect as yours. She storms upstairs, leaving me with a pot of boiling pasta and 2 confused boys at the kitchen table. "Is Mom mad?" Ryan asks in a small voice. "She's just tired," I lie, draining the pasta. Everyone's adjusting. Ethan watches me with eyes too knowing for a 10-year-old. "She gets mad a lot. Dad said it's why he left." I pause, unsure how to respond. "Well, sometimes adults have complicated feelings." "You don't get mad like that," he observes. "I get mad. I just show it differently." "I like your way better." The simple statement breaks my heart a little. I serve dinner to the boys, save a plate for Lana that I know will sit untouched, and eat standing at the counter while answering emails. Friday afternoon brings a new crisis. I'm actually catching up on work, having carved out some focus time while the boys are at school. When my phone rings, Lana. "Hey, so funny story. My car just died. Like, completely dead. I'm at work, and I need you to pick me up." "What about the boys?" "What about them?" "School pickup? The after-school program?" "Oh shit. Yeah, I forgot to register them. Can you get them?" I check the time. 2:30. School ends at 3:15. My sprint review meeting is at 3. "Lana, please, I'm stranded here. It's not my fault the car died." Except it is, because I've watched her ignore the check engine light all week, but arguing won't change the situation. "Text me the address," I say, already closing my laptop. I pick up the boys first, bribing them with tablets to stay quiet in the back seat, then collect Lana from a dental office nowhere near where she claimed to be working. She slides into the passenger seat reeking of cigarettes and something else. Alcohol? You're the best, she slurs slightly. The absolute best sister. Are you drunk? I had a lunch thing. Networking. Super important for my career. Your career as a dental receptionist? Don't be such a bitch, Heather. Not everyone can be a perfect tech princess. I drive home in silence, the boys absorbed in their screens, Lana dozing against the window. My phone buzzes with messages from work, questions about my code, concerns about missed meetings, a terse note from my manager about reliability. That night, after the boys are in bed and Lana has disappeared into the guest room, I sit in my office and do something I've never done before. I review the security footage from the week. I watch myself transform from a put-together professional to a harried caretaker. I see Lana leaving earlier and earlier each morning, sometimes not coming home until after midnight. I count the bottles of wine disappearing from my rack, the trips to the bathroom that suggest she's not as sober as she pretends. Most damning is what happens when I'm not around. Video from Tuesday shows Lana on the phone while the boys entertain themselves. Yeah, she's totally buying it. Free rent, free babysitting. I told you my uptight sister would cave. I close the footage and pour myself a generous glass of whiskey. 1 week has turned my life upside down. How am I supposed to survive 2 months of this? The weekend brings no relief. Lana vanishes Saturday morning, claiming she's apartment hunting but returning Sunday evening with no updates and the distinct smell of bar smoke in her hair. I spend 48 hours as a full-time caregiver, falling further behind on work that's piling up like snowdrifts. Week 2 begins with Lana having miraculously fixed her car, or rather, convinced some guy she met to fix it. She promises to handle school drop-off but oversleeps, leaving me to scramble again. The pattern is set. Lana makes promises she has no intention of keeping. I enable her by picking up the slack, and my life crumbles in slow motion. By week 3, my manager schedules a one-on-one. Heather, we need to talk about your performance lately. I'm at my desk, but my attention is split between the video call and listening for sounds of disaster from downstairs, where the boys are supposedly doing homework. I know I've been less available. I'm dealing with a temporary family situation. How temporary? Because your code quality is suffering. You've missed 3 deployment windows. This isn't like you. I know. I'm sorry. Things should stabilize soon. Should? Heather, you're one of our best architects, but the team needs to be able to rely on you. If you need to take some time off... No! The thought of losing income while supporting 4 people makes my chest tight. No, I'll figure it out. I promise. 1 month, he says. Show me the Heather I hired, or we'll need to discuss alternatives. I end the call with shaking hands. Downstairs, I find Ryan coloring on my coffee table, the actual wood, not paper, while Ethan plays a clearly inappropriate video game. Where's your homework? I ask, too tired to address the furniture vandalism. We don't have any, Ryan says cheerfully. Mom said we don't have to do homework at Aunt Heather's house. She did? Ethan pauses his game. She says you're too uptight about rules. She says we should have fun while we're on vacation. This isn't a vacation. You live here now. No, Ryan corrects me with the confidence of a 7-year-old. Mom says we're just visiting until she finds us a better place. She says your house is too small and boring anyway. The rage that floods through me is so intense I have to leave the room. In the kitchen, I grip the counter and practice the breathing exercises my therapist taught me years ago. The therapist I started seeing specifically to deal with my family dynamics. The therapist who helped me establish the boundaries that are currently in flames around me. When Lana finally comes home at 9 p.m., I'm ready. We need to talk. Ugh, not tonight. I'm exhausted. She kicks off her heels and heads for the wine rack. Yes, tonight. I block her path. You're undermining me with the boys. You're not contributing to the household. You're using me as a free babysitter while you party. Party? I'm working. Really? because your dental office closes at 5, and it's 9. I was networking, building connections. Not that you'd understand. Hiding in your cave all day. My cave is my office where I do the job that pays for this house, the house you're living in for free. She laughs, but it's ugly. There it is, Saint Heather, the martyr. You invite us here and then complain constantly. I didn't invite you to move in, you lied. I didn't lie. Plans changed. But clearly, family means nothing to you. Family? You've spent maybe 3 waking hours with your kids this week. Because I'm trying to build a better life for them. God, you're just like Mom said. Selfish, judgmental, no wonder you're alone. The words hit their mark, as she knew they would, but I'm too angry to care. You have 30 days, I say quietly. Find a place and get out. You can't kick us out. Mom would never forgive you. Then Mom can take you in. You wouldn't dare. Try me. She stares at me for a long moment, then smiles. It's the smile she used to give right before getting me in trouble as kids. Fine. But good luck explaining to those boys why their mean aunt is throwing them out on the street. She takes the whole bottle of wine upstairs, leaving me alone in my kitchen, wondering how someone who shares my DNA can be so fundamentally different from me. Week 4 brings psychological warfare. Lana tells the boys that I don't want them here, that I think they're too loud and messy. She frames every rule and boundary as evidence of my dislike. When I try to correct the narrative, she gaslights me. I never said that. You're being paranoid. Maybe you should see someone about these delusions. The boys, confused and hurt, start acting out more. Ryan has tantrums over minor issues. Ethan retreats into sullen silence. My house becomes a battlefield where I'm always the enemy. My work suffers more. I miss a critical bug that makes it to production, causing a 2-hour outage. My manager's patience evaporates. Last warning, Heather, whatever's going on in your personal life, figure it out or figure out a new job. That night, I draft an email to my mother, laying out everything that's happening. I delete it unsent. She won't believe me. She never has when it comes to Lana. Month 2 arrives with no sign of Lana apartment hunting. Her car mysteriously breaks down again, requiring expensive repairs she can't afford. She quits the dental job, or was fired. The story changes, and needs time to find something better. Just a few more weeks, she promises. I'm so close to having enough saved. Saved? You haven't contributed a dime to groceries or utilities. Because I'm saving for an apartment. Do you want us out or not? It's twisted logic, but I'm too exhausted to argue. The boys need stability, and right now, I'm the only one providing it. So I keep buying groceries, keep managing school logistics, keep letting my career implode for the sake of family. The breaking point comes on a Tuesday in late November. It starts like any other day, me juggling the morning routine while Lana sleeps in. But when I return from school drop-off, I find her in my office. What are you doing? She jumps, quickly closing my laptop. Jesus, you scared me. I was just checking my email. On my work computer? My phone's dead, no big deal. But something feels off. I check my browser history later and find she's been through my banking sites, my investment accounts, my work emails. She's been measuring my worth, calculating exactly how much she can extract. That evening, while making dinner, Ryan runs through the kitchen and crashes into the table. The corner catches his forehead, opening a gash that immediately gushes blood. Oh my God! I grab kitchen towels, applying pressure while Ryan screams, Lana, I need help! She appears in the doorway, phone in hand, and freezes. What did you do? I didn't. He ran into the table. We need to get him to the ER. You were supposed to be watching him. I was making dinner. Where were you? But she's already on her phone, texting rapidly. I don't have time to argue. I bundle Ryan into my car. Ethan's silent and wide-eyed in the back seat, and race to the hospital. The ER visit is a nightmare of paperwork and questions. When they ask for insurance information, I realize I don't have it. Multiple calls to Lana go unanswered. Finally, I give them my own insurance and credit card. signing forms that make me financially responsible. 6 stitches later, we're home to find Lana pacing the living room, on the phone with someone. She just took him without telling me, she's saying. I have no idea what she did. He was fine when I left the room. Lana? I carry a drowsy Ryan inside. Who are you talking to? She hangs up quickly. No one. How is he? 6 stitches. He'll be fine. What did you tell them? The truth, that he ran into the table. Her eyes narrow. While you were supposed to be watching him. Lana, accidents happen. He's okay. Accidents. Right. She takes Ryan from me. Suddenly the concerned mother, my poor baby, did mean Aunt Heather let you get hurt? It wasn't her fault, Ethan says quietly. Ryan was running when you told us not to run inside. Lana shoots him a look that makes him shrink back. We'll discuss this later. That night, I upload the kitchen footage to my personal cloud storage. Something about her reaction, those phone calls, makes me uneasy. My instincts, honed by years of Lana's manipulations, are screaming warnings. They prove justified the next morning when Lana corners me before work. We need to talk about Ryan's accident. What about it? I think you were negligent. He could have been seriously hurt. Lana, he tripped. I was 10 feet away. That's not how he tells it. My blood runs cold. What? He says you pushed him, that you were angry about something and pushed him into the table. That's a lie, and you know it. Do I? You've been so stressed lately, so angry, maybe you snapped. There are cameras. I stop myself, but too late. Her eyes light up. Cameras? In your house? I stay silent, kicking myself for the slip. Well, it doesn't matter, she continues. What matters is keeping the boys safe, and I'm not sure they're safe here with you losing control. What do you want, Lana? She pretends to think. I need money for a new place. Security deposit, first and last month's rent, moving expenses. $50,000 should cover it. $50,000? Are you insane? It's that or I go to the police with Ryan's story. CPS takes child abuse very seriously. Even accusations can ruin someone's career. You're blackmailing me? I'm protecting my children. So what's it going to be? I stare at my sister, truly seeing her for the first time. This isn't desperation or bad decisions. This is calculated cruelty. I need time to think. 24 hours, she says. Then I make the call. She leaves for her mysterious day activities, taking the boys to school like a normal mother. I sit in my office, staring at my monitors, my mind racing. Then I remember, I build security systems for a living, and I record everything. I spend the day compiling footage, every lie, every manipulation, every night she came home drunk while I cared for her kids. Video of Ryan's accident clearly showing him running full speed into the table while I cooked dinner. Audio of her phone calls plotting to use me for free rent. Time-stamped logs of her searching my financial information. But the crown jewel is from 3 hours ago. Crystal clear video and audio of her blackmail attempt in my kitchen. I organize everything on an encrypted USB drive, then make several backup copies. One goes in my office safe, one in my car, one I overnight to my lawyer college roommate with instructions to open if anything happens to me. That evening, I cook dinner as usual, help with homework, pretend everything is normal. Lana comes home late, slightly drunk, supremely confident in her victory. Think about my offer? She asks, pouring wine. The answer is no. Her face darkens. Then I guess I'm calling CPS tomorrow. I guess you are. Something in my calm tone makes her pause. You don't think I'll do it? Oh, I know you will. You're that kind of person. What's that supposed to mean? The kind who uses her own children as weapons, who lies and manipulates and destroys anyone who tries to help her. You sanctimonious. But here's the thing, Lana, I knew exactly who you were when you showed up with that moving truck. I've always known, I just hoped, for the boys' sake, that you'd changed. If you knew I was so terrible, why let us stay? Because they're innocent, and because I needed to be sure. Sure of what? That keeping them away from you is the right thing to do. She laughs, but it's nervous now. You can't keep my kids from me. Watch me. I go to bed that night knowing tomorrow will bring either my destruction or my freedom. Either way, this ends. The next morning follows the familiar pattern. I get the boys ready for school while Lana sleeps off her wine. But today, I'm prepared. Today, everything changes. At 10 a.m., Lana makes good on her threat. 2 police officers arrive, accompanied by a CPS worker. I invite them in calmly, offer coffee, and suggest we talk in the living room. We received a concerning report. The CPS worker, a tired-looking woman named Janet, explains, about possible child abuse in the home? Yes, I expected you might. I pull out my laptop. Before we discuss the allegations, there's something you need to see. Ma'am, we're here to investigate a false allegation made by my sister as part of an extortion attempt. Please, just give me 5 minutes. I play the video of Lana's blackmail demand. The room goes very quiet. Then I show them the footage of Ryan's accident, clearly showing him running into the table on his own. There's more, I say. Lots more. My sister moved in here 2 months ago under false pretenses. She's been using me for free childcare while she parties, neglecting her children, and now attempting to extort $50,000 from me. The officers exchange glances. One starts taking notes. These are serious counter-allegations, Janet says carefully. We'll need to investigate thoroughly. I understand. I have everything documented. Timestamps, dates, video evidence of neglect and emotional manipulation of the children. Where is your sister now? I believe she's at home, waiting for you to arrest me. They questioned me for an hour, reviewing footage, taking copies of everything. The detective seems particularly interested in the evidence of Lana researching my finances. This could be identity theft, he notes. Has she accessed any of your accounts? Not that I know of, but I changed all my passwords to be safe. They leave with promises to follow up, and I return to work, trying to focus despite the sword hanging over my head. Lana comes home that afternoon in a rage. What did you tell them? She slams the door so hard pictures rattle on the walls. The truth. You're lying! You're trying to steal my kids! I'm trying to protect them from you. You showed them something, didn't you? What was it? I smile. The same smile she gave me weeks ago. Wouldn't you like to know? This isn't over. You have no idea who you're messing with. Actually, I do. I've known exactly who you are since we were kids. The difference is, now I have proof. She storms upstairs, and I hear her on the phone, voice rising and falling in panic. Good. Let her worry for once. That night, she tries a different approach. She comes downstairs after the boys are in bed, tears streaming down her face. Heather, please, I'm sorry. I was desperate. I didn't mean any of it. Yes, you did. I'm their mother. Whatever you think of me, please don't take them away. I'm not taking anyone anywhere, but I'm done enabling you. You want to be their mother? Act like it. I'll change. I promise. Just don't show anyone else those videos. Too late. Her tears dry instantly. You're going to regret this. The only thing I regret is letting you in that door. 2 days later, our parents arrive unannounced. Lana called in the cavalry. Heather Marie Monroe, my mother starts before she's even through the door. What is this nonsense about you trying to steal your sister's children? Hello to you too, Mom, Dad. My father at least looks uncomfortable, but he's never stood up to Mom when it comes to Lana. We demand to see these supposed videos, Mom continues. Lana says you fabricated evidence against her. Of course she does. She's your sister. How could you betray her like this? I've played this scene in my head a dozen times, but reality still stings. My own mother, ready to believe the worst of me without even asking my side. Would you like some coffee? I ask, instead of defending myself. This might take a while. I set them up in the living room, the same spot where I showed the police. Then I start the compilation I've prepared specifically for this moment. I want you to understand, I say as the first clip loads, that I didn't want to do this, but you've left me no choice. The video begins with Lana arriving with the moving truck, her lies about it being temporary, then the progression, her leaving earlier each morning, coming home later each night, the boys doing homework alone, Lana drunk on the couch while I cook and clean, her phone calls laughing about using me. My mother's face goes through stages, denial, confusion, anger, but not at Lana, at the evidence. You've been spying on her. I have security cameras in my own home. Everything here happened in common areas. It's an invasion of privacy. Mom, watch. I fast forward to the blackmail attempt. Just watch. The kitchen scene plays out. Lana's threat. Her demand for $50,000. Her coaching Ryan to lie about being pushed. The silence afterward stretches like taffy. She was stressed, my mother finally says, but her voice lacks conviction. You pushed her to this point. How? By giving her free housing? By raising her kids while she partied? You've always been jealous of her. Jealous? I laugh, but it's bitter. Of what? Her inability to hold a job? Her string of failed relationships? The way she uses everyone around her? Heather, my father finally speaks. That's enough. No, Dad. It's not enough. It's never been enough. You've enabled her my entire life, both of you, and now those boys are suffering for it. How dare you? How dare I? How dare you? You show up here ready to condemn me without even asking what happened. Your grandchildren are being neglected, and you're worried about Lana's feelings? My mother stands, shaking. I don't have to listen to this. No, you don't. You can leave. But if you do, you're choosing her lies over the truth, again. She wavers, caught between storm and retreat. My father touches her arm. Maybe we should hear her out, Linda. There's nothing to hear. She's turned against family. Lana turned against family when she tried to extort me, I say quietly. When she chose partying over parenting, when she decided I was nothing but a resource to exploit. She's had a hard life. We all have hard lives. Mom, the difference is how we handle them. My parents stay another hour, reviewing more footage at my father's insistence. My mother makes excuses for each piece of evidence, but even she can't explain away the blackmail. Finally, as they prepare to leave, she turns to me with tears in her eyes. What do you want us to do? She's our daughter. So am I. But you've never had to choose before, have you? Because I always chose myself. I protected myself by staying away. Well, I'm done hiding. Those boys deserve better. What are you saying? I'm saying that when CPS finishes their investigation, when they determine she's an unfit mother, I'm petitioning for custody. You can't. I can, and I will, because someone has to put those kids first. My mother leaves without saying goodbye. My father lingers at the door. You're doing the right thing, he says quietly. I should have seen it sooner. 33 years is better than never, I guess. He flinches but nods. Take care of those boys. I already am. That night, Lana is subdued. She knows the walls are closing in. She makes one last attempt at dinner. I don't even look up from helping Ryan with his math. No, you won't. How can you be so cold? Practice. She leaves the table without eating, and I wonder if this is what victory feels like. Empty, necessary, sad. A week later, the official reports come in. CPS found evidence of neglect and endangerment. The police want to pursue fraud and extortion charges. My lawyer says I have a strong case for emergency custody. I break the news to the boys gently, in terms they can understand. Ethan, too wise for his years, just nods. Are we staying with you? He asks. If you want to. I want to, Ryan says immediately. You make better mac and cheese than Mom. It's such a simple, childish reason that I almost cry. Lana has 48 hours to vacate the premises. She spends them alternating between rage and manipulation, but I'm immune now. I've seen behind the mask. You've ruined my life, she spits while throwing clothes into garbage bags. No, Lana, you ruined your own life. I just stopped letting you ruin mine. The boys will hate you for this. Maybe, But they'll be safe, fed, loved. That's more than you offered them. I'm their mother. Biology doesn't make you a mother. Choices do, and you've made yours. She leaves on a Thursday morning. No forwarding address, no goodbye to the boys. My parents take her in. Of course. My mother calls daily for a week, leaving voicemails about forgiveness and family that I delete unheard. The house feels different without her chaos. Quieter but not silent. The boys still bring energy and noise, just without the underlying tension. We establish new routines. Homework at the kitchen table. Bedtime stories. Saturday morning pancakes. My work improves dramatically. My manager comments on my renewed focus, unaware of the weight that's been lifted. I meet deadlines. I innovate. I remember why I love my job. 3 months later, the custody hearing makes everything official. Lana doesn't show. Her lawyer reads a statement about mental health struggles and hopes for future reconciliation. The judge grants me full custody with supervised visitation for Lana if she completes parenting classes and maintains stable housing for 6 months. She never does. The boys adjust with the resilience of children. They miss their mother, but they don't miss the chaos. Ethan joins the robotics club. Ryan discovers a love of art that doesn't involve my furniture. They call me Aunt Heather still, and that's okay. I'm not trying to replace anyone. I'm just giving them what they need. A year passes. My house is no longer a pristine sanctuary, but it's a home. There are Legos in the couch cushions and drawings on the fridge. My office door stays locked during work hours, but opens at 3:15 for homework help. My mother visits occasionally, alone. She's different now. Subdued, careful. She watches me with the boys like she's seeing me for the first time. "You're good with them," she says one afternoon, watching me help Ryan with a science project. "I learned what not to do," I reply, not unkindly. "I failed you," she admits quietly. "Both of you, but especially you. You did what you thought was right." No, I did what was easy. Giving in to Lana was always easier than fighting her. And now? Now I see the cost. We don't hug or cry or have a movie moment, but something shifts between us. An acknowledgement of truth that's been 33 years coming. 2 years later, I get a call from an unknown number. Against my better judgment, I answer. "Heather, it's me." Lana's voice is different, smaller, sober. "What do you want?" I wanted to say I'm sorry, and to thank you." "Thank me?" "For protecting them. From me. I couldn't see what I was doing." "And now?" "Now I'm in therapy, working, trying to be better." "That's good, Lana. I hope you stick with it." Could I maybe see them?" Supervised, like the court said. I think about it. The boys are older now, more stable. They ask about her sometimes. "Get 6 months clean and stable first. Document it. Then we'll talk." "Okay, yeah, that's fair." "Lana?" "Yeah?" "This is your last chance. Don't waste it." "I won't. I promise." Maybe she means it this time. Maybe not. But I've learned that protecting the people you love sometimes means being the villain in someone else's story. I can live with that. My house by the lake is quiet tonight. The boys are asleep. Homework done. Stories read. Safe in their beds. Tomorrow will bring its own challenges. School projects. Sibling squabbles. The daily chaos of raising children I never planned to raise. But tonight, I sit in my office, looking out at the moonlight on the water, and feel something I haven't felt in years. Peace. Not the brittle peace of isolation, but the hard-won peace of boundaries held and battles fought. My sister moved in with me and used me as a maid and babysitter. When I protested, she accused me of abusing her children. She forgot I build security systems for a living. She forgot I record everything. But mostly, she forgot that the quiet ones, the ones who build their walls and guard their gates, often have the strongest foundations, and when someone threatens what we protect, we don't crumble. We stand firm, we present evidence, we protect what matters, even if it means standing alone.